cameras, I've got sound, I've got motor running, I've got everything repaired, I think. I got the phone, I got the tracking. I think all I need to do is get my life jacket on and get going. So we'll see. Feels like it pulled out. Pull out before we use our hands. It's pretty smooth bottom coming in, so we should be smooth going out. Stay in the middle again. We had pretty much a flat 8 to 10 feet. Anchored last night about 8 feet. Good muddy bottom. Buggy anchor, so a lot of mosquitoes. First it was calm, and when it's calm, that allows them to come out to the boat. Got a track. The app seems to be working today. I did a complete shutdown to restart. Much better. It's even showing the progressive track ahead, so I know about where I'm going. Totally different format. Just a straight line. Well, we got autopilot control, we got glasses. There was something. Probably 10 miles today. Pretty more. See how it goes. Nice and calm this morning. It's a good thing. Yeah, I started using little mosquito ones, and they're even biting me out here in the cockpit. A little green. So I guess what I need to do is not pay much attention to this shark. I don't put the tack. I tend to trust my depth sounder more. Pretty rocky bottom, so I might have trouble getting the anchor to hold. Now it's leveling out. On the chart, it's not even close. Probably won't be able to go in there too much further. Kind of marshy on the end, and the bottom looks like good for anchoring here now. So just go in, I'll kind of drift it in. We're still at 30 feet. It's supposed to show up here really fast, so I got to be careful. The bottom looks pretty flat, level. It doesn't indicate that much of an incline. It's coming up to 28 too. Now it's coming up fast. So I'd like to get it into about 10 feet or less. I don't know who made up these charts. If they've got them from satellite or something. Weedy bottom, make it easier to anchor this big mud back to the bottom. Bottom looks good too. This actually looks pretty good all the way in there. So sometimes you just can't tell. Like the place where I hit the rocks yesterday was no different than this one. There's very poor charting. So we'll call it quits and drop our anchor. Well, let's stop the charts. We went 18.7 miles. Yeah, let's set the anchor first. That was good. Kayak hitting against the hull. Pretty well protected in here. That's not good. Must have drifted back the other way. Cables get caught. We'll see what we got. Here. Try it again. Must be a backwind. Turn that off. Okay, folks. Kind of a mixture of things around. Hello. All right, I'm trying to use the microphone with this camera and sitting on the stern deck. It's about 77, 78 degrees this afternoon. I went 18.7 miles today. It was kind of a long leg. Part of the reason for that is to reach my effort, or my goal, I should say, is to reach the south end of the lake and spend more time down there. The geography is more interesting. Waters are a little better protected. And so I pushed on today to get down to what they call Halfway Island. So since it launched yesterday, I've gone 30 miles, which is quite a jaunt. In fact, today's leg was the longest I've ever made, I think, on one of these trips. But the waters were relatively calm. It was fair weather, so I thought, why not? You know, just stretch it out. And this was a good anchorage, so I knew it was a good place to come down to. I'll start making shorter legs probably tomorrow and just explore a little bit more now on the south side of the lake. Interestingly, I didn't see a boat all day, and then I got into the anchorage, and I don't think the anchor was down for 15 minutes, and all of a sudden I get this small fishing boat that comes in with two guys in it. I don't know where they came from. I didn't see any other supporting boats. About the closest thing I saw was maybe 5 or 6 miles back. There was a camping rig on the shore up where the trail comes down. But man, this is quite a ways for that little boat to come. I suppose they could have, but that's the only people that I saw that would even be able to have a boat. Now there is a resort further south, about 20 miles yet, but maybe not quite that far, 15, 17 miles. But that's quite a ways for that little boat too. It was just like a 16-foot aluminum craft or something like that. And they didn't come here to fish. They just were curious about my boat, came in, made a big circle around the boat at quite a distance, and then left. They didn't fish. They were here just to snoop, which is kind of irritating in a way because, you know, I get out here to be alone, to be solo, and not see anybody, if that's possible. But to have people just come and poke around and look, see, to me, that's a little bit off. I don't know what people think when they do that that I don't care or something. I don't know. But anyway, it was kind of interesting. I looked ahead a little bit at the charts just to see where I might go tomorrow. I have an idea about, I think it was around 7 miles. And not as good a protection as here, but it looks reasonable. And the weather's supposed to stay pretty good for tomorrow. I think they're expecting rain to come in the late evening or overnight and then into the next day. So I've got rain coming, and I don't have my windshields up yet, so I'll have to do that tomorrow to get those up and in place in case I need them. Otherwise, the cockpit gets pretty wet. It was very cold today coming up. Water temperature was down as low as 49 degrees. Even here in the harbor, I think it was like under 60. So I'm not going swimming, that's for sure. And I'll just wait a couple days here, or a day maybe, and then set up the shower and take a hot shower. Anyway, I was quite cold coming because of that water temperature. Even though air temperature is probably in the 60s, that there was probably 8 to 10 mile an hour wind on the nose, and then I was going at 7 miles an hour. So the combined wind and the water temperature, just like being in a refrigerator. It started out with a fleece. It wasn't nearly adequate enough, so I took the fleece off, put on my down vest, but I really could have used a jacket too over that. Put on some wool gloves and tried to stay warm until I got here, because it was a long jaunt, and with that kind of wind chill, it eats away at you over time. So anyway, here it's nice and warm and sunny. I saw a beaver coming in. That's about it in terms of wildlife so far. No eagles yet, which surprises me. No otters, no bears, no moose, but hopefully I'll see something later on this trip. I'm still struggling with videos, and then my autopilot failed again on the way down. I replaced a couple of fuses this morning, got it going, but there must be a short, and then on top of that, I have my autopilot provisioning guidance, but I don't have the full manual. I left the full manual at home, and so I can't check to see if if my circuit breaker is the right size. It was 2 amps. I raised it to 3. It still blew the 3 amp fuse. I don't want to go any higher than that. So, because I didn't have any trouble last year on Nipigon or on Voyageurs National Park. So I have a feeling I have a short in there someplace. Was riding, you know, it rides around in the vehicle and maybe it got something shaken loose inside, or some wires got eaten through with some vibration. So who knows? I may take it apart. There's a really small Phillips screwdriver. If I can open it up. I can't do any soldering. I didn't bring us anything to solder with, but I did. I have some electrical tape and stuff, so if there was a couple of bare wires, I could certainly tape those up. So I may do that, check that out later on, and we'll see. But it's already getting late, so I got to think about dinner and go from there. Okay. We'll talk to you later. Have a good evening.